Let's get to work on this one. So first up, we're going to find the right triangle by graphing these 2 points down here. When we find the distance, we'll round to the nearest tenth if it's necessary. But to start us off, I'm going to put this first ordered pair here at -1, -4. So from the origin, left 1, down 4. We got a point right there. And I'll label it as -1, -4, not that you have to. And then I'll put the second one on there. So from the origin, 1 to the right, 3 up. 1, 3 at this location. And from there, we can make a triangle. Now, there's 2 ways to make a triangle. On the last problem, I kind of did a triangle beneath the points, but you can do one above as well. So I'll show that to you. First, I'm going to connect those points to show that we have, in fact, created a hypotenuse. But what we're missing then are the 2 legs. So again, I would go from one point to the next. I'll go from left to right. Again, it doesn't really matter. But what you should notice is that the boxes within the graph, the grid, are going to make a right angle for you, just so you know that you are, in fact, looking at a right triangle. So I'm going to start with this one on the left, the red line, the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a length of 7 there. And then the one on the top there is 2. So 7 and 2. Now we're going to go to the Pythagorean theorem. So let's get that on the screen. There we go. And one of my legs is 7. The other leg is 2. We don't know the value of the hypotenuse. But what I can do is take the legs, square them, add them together, and I know that would give me the hypotenuse as a square as well. So this one's got rounding, so I mean you could take the square root of both sides at this point, but I'm going to do this part by part. 7 to the power of 2 gives me 49, 7 times 7. 2 times 2, or 2 to the power of 2, is 4. So again, we're going to add these together, and that should be the hypotenuse as a square. Now I will go ahead and combine these 2 values. So that'll give us 49 plus 4, which is going to be 53. Now that's the hypotenuse as a square. It's the area of the square. If you were to look at the hypotenuse, we want just the side length of the hypotenuse. So at this point, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And that is going to give me the hypotenuse, just the hypotenuse, not the hypotenuse as a square. And this is the number that I get. Okay, now that decimal, it's large. Not that that really matters. But what I want to do at this point is I want to round to the nearest tenth. So the nearest tenth is where the 2 is right there. To the right, the 8 is 5 or more, so I'm going to have to add 1 to that 2, making my final answer a 7.3 value. Now there's no units attached, but what I have now is the hypotenuse that has been rounded to the nearest tenth, and that's as far as I need to go.